I started my business Storybook Photography by Rachel almost 3 years ago now. Whilst I was pregnant with my twins, the company that I had been working for 14 and a half years decided to close its doors. At the time, I thought I was going to be a stay-at-home mum. After working for 14 and a half years, I thought, why not? I could take a few years off work. By the time I reached 12 months off work, I was itching to get back into doing something. And I remember looking at getting a job, and it was an incredibly difficult thing to do with 3 kids under the age of 3 and covering the cost of daycare. So I kind of figured my best option would be to do something from home. Except I'm not the type of person that can do anything very simply. So I sort of looked through all of the things that I had ever considered doing as an option for a career, and photography was one of those things. I had spoken to some family and friends at the time to see if I could borrow their babies and kids and take photos of them, and it didn't take me long before I realised that I had found my career. And gradually I just started enrolling myself into course after course, doing online courses, staying up till 2, 3 in the morning, learning new things. And after about 6 months, I started the business itself. So I've now been in business for 2.5 years and absolutely loving every single moment of it. I think the very first defining moment for me would probably be the time when I actually had somebody book me and pay me for my services. I think that's probably the biggest thing. The second most defining moment would be when I actually paid myself. It felt so good to not just see the business making money, but for me to actually start being paid as well. And probably another defining moment is the time where a client had emailed me saying that she had considered forfeiting her deposit because she found new motherhood so overwhelming and that she didn't want to leave the house. So she considered forfeiting her $150 deposit, but she didn't. And she called me, I reassured her, and she came to me. And then she emailed me after the session saying how she felt so good that she made it out of the house and that I made her feel comfortable enough that she can be a mum and still leave the house. So I think that's probably one of the major defining moments for me in the most recent times as well. So many things I think have contributed to my success. I think the biggest thing for me has been the incredible support network I have. It's going to make me emotional. Probably my family is my biggest support network. They're always there cheering me on, putting up with me talking endlessly about the one thing that I love so much. My husband, who I know sometimes he doesn't enjoy it, but he does it for me so that I can chase my dreams. My friends, I feel like I have been the worst friend in the past few years because it has been very time consuming being a mum and learning a completely new career, but they're still my friends and they're always there for me regardless of how many times I have to cancel and reschedule. So that's that side of it. The other side is my clients, the clients that refer me on to their family and friends, and the clients that keep coming back. And being in business for 2.5 years isn't a long time in terms of photography, but a few of my clients have gone on to their second babies now and have come back for their second baby. A few of them have brought their babies back at 6 months and then again at 12 months. So it's incredible to be able to have that within my clients to help me grow my business and to become successful. I joined Real Entrepreneur Mums initially because I thought it was an easy way to get business referrals. And I quickly realised that it was about a lot more than just getting the business referrals. They have definitely come in leaps and bounds, but I have also developed a lot of great friendships out of it. And I have learnt so much about me personally and as well as running the business. So yeah, it's definitely been an interesting ride and a fabulous one that I'm very grateful that I took the leap for. Personally, Real Entrepreneur Mums has been an amazing platform for me. I have developed an enormous amount of confidence in the last 12 months. I not been a confident person in myself or my abilities. I've gone from being scared to call myself a photographer to now, not only do I call myself a photographer, but I'm happy to give people a spiel about the type of photographer that I am and what I can offer them. I professionally, the business side of things I've learnt a lot of tools that I've gained, not just from going to the New Heights Summit, but also from some of the members in the community as well. We get to experience each other's deep dives and listening to them talk and about how, you know, they've gone through their journey. And you know, Ush is one of the members, and with her emotional intelligence, and just sitting there and listening to all of that and taking so much of that and being able to implement it for me personally, and then again in my business. It has been amazing. I think it's extremely important for women to be part of a group like Real Entrepreneur Mums, particularly obviously ones that are in business, especially ones that are probably in business on their own. For me, that's been one of the biggest benefits. I don't have anyone to bounce my business ideas off or to rant to when things aren't going well. Being part of a network like this means that we get to have that, and we all understand what everyone else is going through, because we're generally all going through it at the same time. And it's very different than speaking to a husband who might be working for a company and have a lot of people to bounce their ideas off, whereas we don't have that. And for me, that's been one of the biggest things that I've enjoyed about being part of the group, is having those other women who not only cheer me on along the side, they also help my business grow through the referrals, and they're happy to listen to me rant and rave, which is a bonus. I think the best piece of advice I've ever been given would be that the world is my oyster. Anything that I want, I can achieve, but I have to be willing to put the hard work in to get there, and to not expect anybody else to do that for me. Definitely has basically helped me push further and further to achieve my goals and my dreams. The future holds for storybook photography, I think, wonderful things. I love that I have a business that works around my family, and something that my family doesn't have to work around my business. I can see it growing quite a lot in the years to come, with more specialised photography services being offered. At the moment, I'm specialising in newborn and maternity, but I do have a few other very special things planned in the pipeline, and very much looking forward to those things. I think in terms of other women going out and smashing their goals, in itself has inspired me. Part of being in our communities and watching these women set these goals and just absolutely smash them out of the park, it's made me look at them and think, wow, they're also human like I am. They're a mum like I am, and here they are setting these massive goals and going out and achieving them. So for me, it's not unreasonable to expect that I can do that too, because there are other people doing it. And yeah, definitely very important to be able to see that, because it does help other women who maybe aren't in the same frame of mind to look at others and think, yeah, well, if they're doing it, well, why can't I? The Real Entrepreneur Mums, apart from it being an amazing platform for the business, is, I think, even more amazing on a personal level. The amount of confidence that I've been receiving out of it, the friendships as well that have been created, and I think that's probably the best bit, is because you don't have a bunch of strangers referring your business. You have friends referring your business. Most of the time, these people have experienced your business, be it through a deep dive, or they may have actually used your services as well. It's a lot easier to refer a business when you know about that business. And I think that is the key thing for people to take out of the Real Entrepreneur Mums Network.